Hi, friends. Welcome to Talking with Fast People. My name's host Eric. The title of this video is When Things Are Difficult. Things are both easy and difficult for me concurrently right now. Some channels of my life are going very smoothly, such as my relationship. Some things in my life are not going so smoothly, or at least today's the day where I have to deal with shit. So today's the last day for me to get my shit from Kimberly's house. I got a ton of it still over there because, from the outset, she made it very difficult for me to get my stuff. So, morning, Jim. I hope the morning is treating you well. Anyhow, I got to go over there today and get the rest of my stuff. That's not going to be pleasant. It's going to cost me some money, too, because I got shit to deal with over there that I don't want to deal with. I've got the Scion over there, which is my old car. I'm going to deal with that. But beyond that, I just have to revisit that mental place, which is obviously not pleasant. We got to drive back from Palm Desert to Los Angeles. It's a couple hours. Not a big deal, but, That's really the scope of my difficulty at the moment, is just handling shit that I should have already handled, really, but haven't gotten around to. Been procrastinating. Regardless, Rachel mentioned last night that her family's probably watching the channel. It's not something that much occurred to me, but I'm glad, obviously, if they are, because Rachel and I are doing great. We don't have any problems with each other. And good time of day to everybody, yeah, indeed. So, she likes to sleep in. Rachel does. She sleeps till like 9 in the morning. We go to bed like at 10. It's a lot of sleep. That's totally fine with me. I don't get up that late usually, but I want her to be liberated to do what she wants to do, not be constrained by a bunch of arbitrary rules, like you have to get up early or you can't smoke pot or stupid shit like that. Yeah, so we got a car right ahead of us, and we've got various tasks to attend to today. They're going to be unpleasant. There's also the issue of Spacey and Tori. Partially because I got caught up with focusing on a new relationship with Rachel and all that stuff. I haven't been giving a lot of attention to the typing service stuff. Spacey can't sustain himself in LA, so probably gonna have to fly him and Tori back to New York, stay with Spacey's mom for a while. That represents a bit of a failure, I guess, but I mean, not exactly. It's not like I made any promises that I didn't keep. It's just that we just didn't, it's hard to generate enough business to support him. Hi, Freddie Chandra. at any rate, I hope to continue, partnering with Spacey and doing typings and stuff. I do recognize that I've been kind of in absentia here for a stretch. It's just unavoidable. And you start a new relationship and things are all super volatile, sort of not between us, but in your heart or something. Feel a lot of emotions, a lot of like adrenaline kind of feelings, a lot of, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a lot of emotional stuff. And that's pretty ontology consuming, It uses up all of your attentional weight to deal with. The honeymoon phase, you might call it. I mean, the thing is, I've never had a honeymoon phase that's lasted quite so long or been so completely conflict free. We did have one fight, but we were really not fighting against each other. We were sort of fighting against our previous partners. And that was after Rachel talked on the phone with her brother. Probably had some sort of impact on things as well. So yeah, well, I know what I got to deal with today. I just don't really like to deal with it. Hi, Susie. How's it going? Yeah, there's no mystery about what I need to do. It's just, it's not pleasant. It's not going to be a pleasant day. Well, I got to say, it's like, with Rachel beside me, things are a lot easier in general in life. It's like there's not a, it is a lightening of weight that occurs because she's very cheerful and makes things easier. I'm going to smoke this other half of the joint here. Hold on, let me go grab it. And we got some weed down here called Bear Claw. It smells a lot like donuts. It really does. I'm surprised by how much it smells like Bear Claws. Classic alpha quadra thing, maybe. The presence alone is very helpful. Yeah, it is. I mean, so I recently shaved up my summer beard because I wasn't sure if I should keep it. Turns out that was a great way to determine I wanted to keep it. Right. I mean, it's a weak relationship with your FI. Now it does help a lot to, do boring shit with somebody who's not complaining about it. And of course you don't can't Krishna Sarma Purdue. You're S.E. Bowler. I don't really do a lot of to-do lists either. Occasionally I will, but it's rare that I refer to them again after I make the list. That's the problem. I just wanted to help me not forget, I guess. far as the TE stuff goes, it's just like I hate it as much as anybody. It's really not pleasant. Like, but this is really SETE. I got to figure out how I want to handle getting shit from Kimberly. It's like I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna get all the shit from there. So probably gonna have to give her some money to dispose of shit, you know. Whatever. It's like she's been so fucking impossible. She made it impossible for it to go smoothly that now I got to deal with the consequences of non-smooth doings of things. How do you get a wrench by your name? That's what a moderator can be. We only have a couple of them. The only one we really need is Hambone. Hambone's a kick-ass moderator. You know, he does all the moderator work that gets done. So he's on top of shit. It's like I go to put somebody in timeout, and too late, Hambone fucking handled it. Yeah. So, you know, I don't even know if he's here. He might just be lurking. He might be here and lurking. So that'd be a bit of a Hambone maneuver. He kicked Tori. Well, she was probably trolling. You know? Did he really? I don't think Tori was even here, was she? I don't think Hambone's here right now. Maybe he's just lurking, waiting for a need to arise so he can hammer him with moderator powers. Sing for her? Who am I going to sing for? Oh. Well, you know, in general, I'm a believer in timeouts rather than booting people completely or whatever. But sing for the larks. They sing for you so often. The larks? I don't think we have any larks around here. Sometimes I want to stand up and yell at the couples with children. Breeders! Get out of here, breeders! This is off topic, but survival of the fittest in a nutshell. Big muscular guy beats a small guy, aggressively stuns the guy, saying, "Do you?" And the small guy pulls out a gun and shoots. Who wins? Well, the one who doesn't shoot a gun, because the gun shooter will go to jail. What would it take to get banned from there? I've banned some people. It's like when they get to the end of their trolling arc, that ban them. So the trolling arc goes, they come in here and they try to troll. They fail on a number of occasions successively, and they get more like line crossy in their trolling until then they just ban them. Yeah, timed out is fine. People can get over a timeout. We got some good social media pictures Rachel and I did yesterday at the tram. There's this tram here in Palm Springs goes to the top of this mountain, and it's not a moral or ethics question. Well, I mean, on a practical level, yeah, they just act like stupid racists and shit. I don't need that shit, you know. It's like it's not even worth responding to. It's so boring. Boring groupism is boring. Well, who wins? I mean, like, who wins the fight? I guess the guy who shoots the gun wins the fight, but he loses the war. They gotta be just like wasting everybody's time with their nonsense, which happens often enough, you know. Anyhow, I feel a need to kind of point here with the channel, but at the moment I'm still kind of doing this transition-y stuff. And God damn the TV off. I mean, I guess it depends what kind of fight it is, right? Anyway, I do hope to get the channel back on point with making some more videos that aren't live streams, with doing some more regular content and some tech police and stuff, but it probably won't be really realistically until the end of October before I get around to doing that shit again, because I'll probably end up waiting for another bottle of speed to come through before I get on that stuff. And I don't condone violence of any sort either. But could I do more debate police videos? You know, they aren't very popular. Oh, I gotta go get my stuff from Kimberly's house today. We're gonna drive back from the desert. And, you know, it's back to practical matters that are unpleasant. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do all the getting of this stuff out of there and dealing with Kimberly and shit. And I'm supposed to like alert the police I'm coming now, because last time I was there, she threw a bunch of shit. There's things for a bunch of shit. She threw something. And whatever. It's just a bunch of boring ass fucking unnecessary conflict. Completely unnecessary. That's the thing that's so annoying about it. The only reason things are so difficult is because she's chosen to make them so difficult. I'm not going to do any such thing, Jean Grey. I'm just going to complain a little bit about it. I'm not going to let myself get evil. So it's just not worth it. Yeah, I take that shit literally, though, Jean Grey. That's a serious possibility. I wouldn't want to do that. That would be dirty. That'd get me in trouble with the Slavs. I could do that, but I don't want to do that. I tried all the healing magic I could. it was either poorly designed healing magic or just she's built up immunization to it or something. I don't know. Am I taking Rachel with me? Yeah, probably. I was going to become motivated and less apathetic. You need some like third party check in with, or you know, I can take Adderall, but even then, an NTP or an INTP or an INFP won't necessarily get shit done on Adderall. They'll just be more like themselves on Adderall. So you really need a third party to sort of help you. You need like a life coach or something. Or what Ken Krishna Sarmapu says. But even then, it won't work. I'm not there to do any sort of battle, Susie. I'm there to get my shit. The only reason I haven't gotten it already is because every time I try to go get something, she makes it difficult for me. Look, you gotta understand. She wants as much conflict as she can get. There's nothing I can do about that. I just gotta go get my shit. I got my people to help me. She hates them all. So, for no reason, yeah, I know it's over after today. ADHD is too fun. Don't care that. ADHD is not really fun, to be honest. It's mostly just feeling bored all the time. I mean, I haven't been feeling very bored lately. I'm feeling pretty good because, with third slot FE, if you're doing random shit and it's making the person you're with very happy, or at least they're displaying such, you're pretty satisfied. You're like, well, since I don't really get happy or unhappy with things that we do, if you're happy, that makes me happy. Amber Thrasher. You come bearing the wisdom today. You come bearing the wisdom of thunder. Hey, friends, host Eric. Hire movers that aren't involved and know that you didn't waste your time with each other you loved. Yeah, we tried our best. We did try our best. She's not evil. She's just damaged. And I don't hate her. I do resent some of the shit that she did to me. But, thank you, Amber. Thank you for the wisdom, especially. Um, are ENTPs introverted and extroverted? No, we're extroverted. But we're soft, We got a soft, gooey center. And, um, you know, Winston Churchill was known for walking around London with the tears streaming plainly down his face. He was a fairly optimized ENTP, except he was a drunk. But, we all got to have something, right? Uh, with that, it shows you how gooey and soft the inner center of the ENTP is. When we are most fully enabled to be ourselves, we're very, our seventh slot FI is very comfortable coming out and being retarded. Oh, yeah. Good point, Winston's mom. Good point. Yeah. Well, regardless, he was one of history's greatest drunks. I think it's fair to say that. What would an INFJ's greatest strength be? I mean, human resources is the answer, really. The great strength of INFJ is managing human resources. They've got people they can call upon when they need stuff or information or answers or whatever. Thanks, Amber Drasher. Actually, Rachel is in the back row. I have to remind her because she's got no memory at all. Yeah, I try. I tried. The whole time I tried to be civilized. Why do you say Churchill was an HP? I'm quite convinced Churchill was an HP. I always thought it was the ability to keep morale high and face by isolation was his strength. Well, he kept morale high by being unyielding in his TI. So he wrote too much. He's just too ideational and just too emotional and too much of an EHP. But I'm really interested mostly in Joel Nathan Henry's question. King Krishna Samarpagu, why do you poop on my shoe? Why? That's what I want to know the answer to. Oh, because Eric likes to clean my poop. Oh, you found out the answer. I was trying to keep that a big secret. I do have a weird thing for cleaning up just King Krishna Samarpagu's poop. Nobody else's, but yeah. So I can spot a King Krishna Samarpagu turd from a mile away. So, is that a KKSP? You know, I got to go back to the Sprint store to deal with my phone, which is, I don't know which phone. It's not getting any data. No, I gotta work that properly. I gotta do all the SE stuff, the TESE. Gotta offer some free sessions, give it a shot, see how it goes. Maybe get some testimonials, that sort of thing. You know, can I touch my nipple with my tongue? I don't think so. No, that seems like much too much stretching of my neck for me. I've never tried it, I don't think, before. There's a small part of me that regrets never having shot in a shoe. Well, it's not too late, Melanders. It's not too late. You can still accomplish that dream. Still realize that dream someday. I mean, prepare counseling for singles to be successful. Pair counseling for singles. How do you pair counsel for singles? Are you saying like what kind of person you look for? Despite knowing how to actually pronounce King Krishna Samarpagu's name, I only hear Eric's accent when I see it. That's how you pronounce it, Freddie Chandran. King Krishna Samarpagu. How else would you pronounce it? I'm reading the comments. I must say, host Eric's entourage here. Incredibly awesome. Friends, host Eric, you're all awesome. Thanks. Air hugs. Thanks, Amber Drasher. Yeah, people here are really great. I gotta say, this is a great group of people. I love coming in here and hanging out, doing live chat, and chatting with people, making jokes, talking about my moisture, hearing about their moisture. It's nice. It's like, well, I mean, the reason we're all here is because we don't encounter this environment in the regular world without uh, without finding it. It's like this. The reason we're hanging out here chatting with each other is because in our regular lives we don't have this kind of situation, right? We don't have like a central town meeting area where we all go and hang out with people who we actually want to hang out with and talk with about things we actually want to talk with. It's like it's something I guess I realized early on, and with the Raw room when I started hanging out in there a lot, and just for video conferencing with the people who were in there, is we aren't afforded by our geographical, birth what we need as largely intuitives. I'm sure almost everybody here is an intuitive, and that means we want to talk. We want to talk about ideas and abstract shit. We don't want to hear stories about like what we don't want it. We don't want a live stream like this one started out as, which was a litany of things I'm going to do today. It's like that's boring. It's so boring. But there's a lot of people in the world, like my dad. He's always talking like that. This is his favorite conversation topic is what we have to do today, what we did today, what we're going to do tomorrow. Always with the practical stuff. Or even with the vacation, it's like he wants to tell us about the pool's over there and the lack of small community spirit is an interesting topic politically at the moment, I think. Well, I mean, people don't like their politics necessarily mixed in um, with their socializing, I guess. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There are certainly political topics come up around here, but naturally, we spend a lot more time discussing, as per Ruse Moose, the subject of anal glands. I'm not sure how many glands my anus has, but I'm guessing 3 or 4. I'm not sure. Due to the fact that people no longer relate on a national level because interests become so diverse and people are aware of so many possible interests. Oh, that's 3 too many? Hi, Rachel. Don't you look nice and
I'm not going there. But I wanted to say good morning.
Good morning, darling. It's very nice to see you this morning. I'm doing a little live streaming.
Good.
When I finish the cigarette, I'll be back inside. How would an ENTP enjoy being a therapist? Just glorify. I like it, actually. I've played that role on a few occasions in a couple of sessions with people. I feel like Well, I mean, it depends, I guess. It would depend on the kind of things I'm talking about. I like life coaching and such stuff. I don't necessarily like therapy type stuff. I don't want to necessarily hear a bunch of depressing shit, you know? Inspire Rachel and moving on the gardens. Rachel reminds you of a ferret, huh? You know, you think that's Ray Chandran, but I actually think INTPs would get more frustrated with that than ENTPs. Because, I mean, we take seriously the idea of somebody coming to us for advice or something. Um, I can tell you that for sure. I take that seriously, and I appreciate the respect for my opinion implicit to that. And so, in that regard, I try to do the best job I can. You know, I want to I want to be cautious. I want to be attentive to what the person's saying. I don't want to impose my ways upon them. You know, I want to. Uh, You're gonna understand them and have them feel as though I provided some sort of insight that was meaningful and useful to them. So in that regard, I guess I like it. You know, my SFP told me I was too emotional to go to therapy. What do I do? I'm too emotional to go to therapy? What do you need therapy for, Bruce Smith? See, it's like, here's the deal. To the extent that therapy is about people using language to impact other people in their metacognition, oh, you need to go to anal gland therapy. Well, that's natural. Yeah, that's perfectly normal, Rulers. I don't think I know anybody who's not spent at least 3 or 4 weeks in anal gland therapy. I mean, I don't think you can make it through teenagehood without 4 or 5 sessions. Um, I'll introduce you to as many people as possible as you can possibly leave. Do you get overwhelmed easily with people asking advice? No, I don't at all. I'm so verbal that it's very much in my wheelhouse to provide word-based answers to um, questions. You know, it's like if people ask me for advice, like I said, my first thought is, oh, I appreciate the fact that there's some like respect for my opinion implicit in that. So I try to do as good a job as I can. And people are not really historically people have not been likely to turn to me for advice. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's because I'm, you know, I don't know why. Jean Gray says, yeah, I understand why you do your live streams. Fits your personality. Good idea. Well, it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. It's very easy. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's something Rachel and I both enjoy. You know, we get to use some FE, and I really enjoy sort of learning about or seeing the nuances of FE in action. Probably the fact that we communicate with each other with lots of little cues and stuff, or she more with me, but I always know that whatever emotional thing or whatever's going on in my head, she's kind of like reading me at all times, which is interesting. I don't really have to make an effort to communicate. It naturally emerges because I'm not one to sit there and feel negative feelings silently about anything, really. I tend to just say words about things. So, can you please do a live stream on Halloween complete trick-or-treaters? I would have been able to in Laverne, because Laverne gets shit tons of trick-or-treaters. But where I live now in Arcadia, we don't really get any, so not gonna work. May live stream anyway. We did get a pumpkin to carve, Rachel and I, which we will carve. We'll probably make a video of that. Little clip videos into a video as well. Hi, gorgeous. Let's see, what time is it? 8:40. They're gonna run this watching for another 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna have to get ready to go. All right, so the question from Freddie Chandran is, have I read a lot of philosophy? I seem to use a lot of philosophical terminology to express your views. I've cut a lot of philosophy debate cards, which means I haven't really read full books of philosophy, but I've read chunks of philosophy from lots of different people to cut debate cards out of. And it's really kind of a better way of learning ideas. Because, see, the problem is people tend to approach it backwards. They approach it with this idea of, I'm going to learn about a given school of philosophy and know about that, know about this author or whatever. But it all breaks down to basically different kinds of arguments than a couple of different friends usually. And so when you understand them argumentationally, it doesn't matter. Like I always have to ask people, well, what do you mean by yeah? Because it's like, well, I mean, the database of philosophy is not a TE thing, it's a TI thing. But yeah, I'm very much instrumental in my usage of argumentation. So as a consequence, I don't bother reading things for the sake of like completing reading them. I read things just for gleaning the actual arguments and the actual warrants. Can twins be the same MBTI type? Me and my twin sister are the same type, but we are quite different. Well, that's very interesting to hear, Olivia. I've known of twins who are not the same personality type. So it's apparently not genetic, or not purely genetic anyway. You don't have a shitty attention span, Freddie Chandran. You have shitty motivational framework. So it's like, the issue with ADHD is not really an issue of attention, it's an issue of motivation. You just don't feel motivated to do shit, especially if you feel like you should be motivated to do it. Once the ideational part's done, and it's just the execution part, well, you lose the capacity to do it anymore because it's a tool function. And so you've got the other kind of action is polar, you know? So, yeah, Jean Grey, it's true I like to have my own ideas, but the fact is I don't have a lot of my own ideas in philosophy or a lot of other things. You know, it's like I get ideas from all over the place. I'm not really interested in, being able to articulate exactly where I got every idea from, which ones are my own and which ones are taken from someplace else. It doesn't matter. It's like I'm trying to find the composite whole of different components of ideas that work well. There's a cognitive disconnect with ADHD. You know what to do, but not the why. You won't unless you are INTP. Jordan Peterson has very good videos on the subject, and vitamins, hint, hint. It's polar SE. It's remarkable how much they don't understand the need to follow through and do the little things. It's shocking almost. Like, I explained to Spacey what he needs to do as far as video uploads. You need to upload a series of small videos, 5 to 7 minutes long, covering one brief topic, under 10 minutes, One brief topic of cognitive functions, then, pimp the service at the end of it. And instead of doing that, which required SE, multiple times a day, he made one 35-minute long video that did well, but did not do what he needed to do, which was SE, not NE, not NI, not, he needed to do SE. Yeah, I've chopped off Rachel's legs so I have someplace to put my hand here. That was a hand rest. I chopped it off.
Stops.
If you are fines tell you are scatterbrained, you are ADHD. It's ready. If your friends tell you you're scatterbrained, we understand the need to follow through. We just don't have the internal motivation to do it. Right, it's a motivational thing. SE polar means a lack of motivation to follow through on basic tasks, and it's got to be very difficult. I'm sure this has been asked loads of times, but one more time, how does inferior SE compare to SE polar? Inferior SE in either INTJ or INFJ doesn't really prevent them from accomplishing things. Both types will do the things that are most important to do, and it'll have a lot of impact because they're NI doms. So they're picking actions that matter a lot. Like my friend Corey, he's an INFJ. He has 4th slot SE, and yet he was able to do all the TESE stuff necessary to get Bitcoin back when it was hard to figure out how to get it, and it was cheap, and he made a lot of money investing in Bitcoin. Did he do a lot of other stuff? Probably not, but he didn't need to, I mean, boredom and struggle are the ways of the SE polar, or even SE 8th slot. It's difficult for me to follow through on shit because it just seems like I have the same experience I suspect the INTP has, or the INFP, which is, well, I've done all the important part, which is the ideational shit. So somebody else needs to take care of the boring shit. I don't want to do it. Of course, we have to. It's like there's no avoiding it. So for ENTP, we generally manage to do the shit we have to do despite hating it sometimes. But INTP, INFP, they have a much harder time with it. INFJ probably has a harder time with it than INTJ. INTJ is probably the most effective of the 4th or 7th slot SE at SE. Eric, what do you see as the difference between 4th slot TI and 8th slot TI? 4th slot is happy to engage with the other party in TI matters. 8th slot is not. 8th slot doesn't really want. I mean, 8 slot is in some sense better. I mean, for sure, it's like stronger, but it's also stuck within FI's frame. So people with strong 8 slot TI will always argue in favor of their advocacy. You know, whereas 4th slot TI is it's seeking. Rachel's happy to hear TI stuff. It's nice. It makes me feel like when I'm talking about shit that I like to talk about, that she's actually interested in learning something. She likes to learn things. And I can tell you 3rd slot TI is not like that at all. 3rd slot TI doesn't have, nobody has anything to teach you, you know, in some sense. There's a desire to appear like you already understand everything with TI and 3rd slot. Who here is really an INTJ? Countess is an INTJ, I'm pretty sure. Winston's mom's an INTJ. My brother has the most fantastic TI of anyone I know, and yet he has awesome SE as well. He's not an ISTP though, he is ADHD very strong and talks all day and brittle all day long. He could be INTJ. He could be ENTJ. Would be demonstrative TI, would probably look better than it is. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe let's pull a few cards and wrap this up, because we got to get going and do unpleasant things today. My favorite unpleasant things. All right. Who would like for me to pull for them a card so that the tarot will speak to them today? What day do you have in store today? Chris Chapin? Yes, you can. Chris Chapin's card. Marriage. 10 of Cups. Rejoice, bliss, family. Happy. It's a good day for you today. Just want to wallow in your relationship if you have one. If you don't, go to the first chick who appeals to you and suggest you get married right on the spot. Okay? You never know. Okay, let's see here. Jean Grey wants a card. Let's see if Jean Grey, if the tarot is a little nicer to you today than it's been of late. The tarot has been a little rough with you. This is Jean Grey's card. 3 of Cups. Play, friends, celebrate. That's much better. It's a much better day for you today, Jean Grey. It's time for you to play and celebrate. Scarcer, long time no see. Okay, cool. Well, good to have you back. All right, who else wants a card? Humble Cat Pie. Humble Cat Pie, this is your card. You got Dynamo, passionate, charming, cocky. The Knight of Rods, athlete. It's a good day to run in a track and field competition today for you. Can Krishna Sarvapagu wants a card. All right, let's see how Can Krishna Sarvapagu's day will be. I shuffle them, Jeremiah Fix. Here we go, Kick-Ass Pete. You got, 7 of Swords. Sorry. You get betrayal, exploit, unethical, guile. So watch your back today, Can Krishna Sarvapagu. Watch your back. Horse Mumbler wants a card. Okay, Horse Mumbler. Card for Horse Mumbler. What will the horses he's mumbling at be saying today? This is his card right here. Sociable, chatty. The Queen of Swords, cutting, shrewd. So you're going to use your witty repartee today in some meaningful fashion, Horse Mumbler, to influence the world. Okay. Ruse Moose, my tentacle needs a pentacle card. Well, let's see if you get one or not. We'll find out. Ruse Moose, out in Scandinavia, hitting the skins, banging the drums. What does the day have in store for him? This is what it has in store. Destiny, windfall, wheel of fortune, fate, risk. Good day to go gambling, Ruse Moose. Put it all on red at the roulette wheel. Okay. Let's see. Do you want to pull one for me?
Yeah.
Let's see what I got. Miser, hoard, greed, limit, possessions. Well, that's appropriate for today. Absolutely appropriate for today, because that's what I got to deal with today. Is go deal with Ken Gurley. She's gonna try to get more money out of me. You know, I got limited resources here. Come on now. So, yeah, it's a bit of a miserly day for me today.
Well, it's telling me, you know, keep what's close.
Keep what's close. I agree with that. That's true. Yeah. Okay, so yes, I will pull one for you, Rachel. Let me see this one right here. Rachel's card is the King of Rods, worldly, direct, motivator, generous. So she's going to be motivating me today. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to be my King of Rods, and I'll be, what did I get again? I got the miser.
4 of Pentacles.
The 4 of Pentacles. I'll be 4 of Pentacles. You'll be the King of Rods today, okay?
Okay.
I'll appreciate your motivation. So
That's good.
King Krishna Samapagu wants one for her mom.
Yeah.
Here we go, King Krishna. This is your mom's. It popped right out there. You can tell. It is the inventory, accumulate, count. 7 of Pentacles. Pause, effort, reflect. So it's a time of gathering, of planting seeds, and of checking your existing inventory. It's an SI card. This is an SI card for sure.
It's out of all the 7s, it's the most pleasant one, because it's 7 is spiritual, and 7 also tells you to wait, not to pursue. 8 is more pursuing. So.
Okay, cool. Okay, interesting. So that was King Krishna Samapagu's mom, and also Jean Grey wants one for her dad. Jean Grey's dad gets this one. Oh, he's going to be a motivator today as well. Generous. Today's a good day to hit him up for some money or something. Yeah. Okay. It says worldly, direct. He's the King of Rods. He's going to be handling shit, being the boss today. You're welcome. Okay, well, that is about 1 hour, and that means it's time for us to wrap this up. I got to roll a joint so that Rachel's had no marijuana this morning, and I'm a little worried about it. Can we do a card for your penis? A card for my penis? Okay.
No.
We'll do a card for my penis. Let's see what I get.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Destiny, windfall. I don't know if this is talking about last night's penis or what, but I guess talking about today's penis too. Okay, so that's awesome. I'm really happy here that I got this card for my penis. And we're just going to leave it at that, I think. That seems like a good way to end the card pulling right now. We'll just leave it at that. Okay? Let's not test the tarot's fates any further. Okay, so thanks very much for being here, everybody. Love you all, and we'll see you later.
Jeez.